Afternoon, Patriots. Me again, Shannon Fox here, the Road to Patriots 2 channel. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Saturday afternoon, just chilling here at the house. Got the day off. Going through a little bit of what's going on in the news cycle. I've got a video clip here from Stephen Miller fixing to tell you exactly what's fixing to happen here in the next 40 days, how things are going to get rolling. They're actually setting up the infrastructure for things to start on day one, and I love it. I'm talking about the property here in Texas. They're going to use as one of their main mass deportation pinpoint centers, and so many other things that they got working in the woodwork. And the other day there was a video out, I don't remember if I brought this to y'all or not, about how the Biden administration was auctioning off the fence, the border wall that is the steel beams with the concrete in it, the actual fence panels. And they were auctioning them off starting at $5 just to try to get rid of them, just to screw up our opportunity to put the fence up the minute the Biden administration's out. They're trying to make them disappear, so we got to buy more. Piece of shit kind of move. Really pissed me off to hear about it, but I've heard, if you stick around, you'll figure it out as well, from Dan Patrick, Lieutenant Governor here of Texas, about how they have a counteractive plan to go down there and buy all that fencing and just give it right back to Texas. If we got to pay for it, give it back to Texas. We'll figure it out versus having to pay for new stuff to be manufactured, because I'm sure that stuff's not cheap. Auctioning it off, it just pisses me off. But got a couple other things to get to as well today, and we'll talk about a little slimy Adam Schiff, pencil neck, at the end, and got a great little parody for you as well. All right, folks, let's get into it together. Now, this first clip is Leslie Stahl. You may have seen this on 60 Minutes, basically arguing with Trump about Trump trying to tell the truth about so many things. And now, just a couple of years later, or actually just months later on this particular interview, but Leslie Stahl had her Democratic stance from day one. But she sits here and argues with Trump about the facts. Basically makes him out to be the one that is making stories up. And now, in just this short amount of time, she's nervous. And I got a video clip for you about her as well, just panicking. She's at a New York summit on stage talking about the future of media, which is not looking good, because Trump took the blinders off the American public by calling the media fake news and proving they were lying every time they opened their mouth. It's a great thing that has happened along the way, more than we've ever known before. There is no doubt it is a country is definitely changing behind the fact that people don't watch mainstream media anymore. People don't watch television anymore. They use their phones and their laptops and their iPads to get their news from podcasters and X and YouTube and places like that, versus watching 60 Minutes and getting lied to by the Leslie Stahls of the world. All right, folks, let's get into it. But this is didn't age well. I guess that's probably the name of this video, because we got a couple of right back at you. The media is falling apart, including Adam Schiff, because the truth will set you free.
And he's in the midst of a scandal.
He's not.
And he's taking...
He's
of course
not.
he is,
No,
Leslie.
come on.
Of course he is. It's the biggest, second biggest scandal.
So,
the biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign,
there's
Leslie.
no real evidence of that.
Of course there is. It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on
you.
things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally
that.
verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign, they got caught.
No.
And then they went much further than that, and they got caught. And you will see that, Leslie, and you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
As a matter of fact, I don't know that.
Okay.
Now, that's Leslie Stahl. If you don't know who she is, that's a little backstory for this crazy woman. She's just another media hack. She's George Stephanopoulos in a dress. No doubt about it. But now this here, I thought was a great clip. Now, this is at a 92 New York, some kind of legacy media event. Let me fix my screen, pull it over here a little bit for you folks. All right, folks. We're not going to listen to the whole thing because she's a little bit sickening, but check this out. This is her take on what is going wrong with the media today. But something is definitely wrong.
Repeat it, because the more I do that, the less people are going to believe you when you say negative things about me and whatever else.
Totally.
And it's happened. If you watch the opinion of us, how many people trust the press anymore? I mean, we're way down there with the lawyers.
Yeah.
This is really rough,
Yeah.
as you know.
You're way down there with Congress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
It's not baffling. You're just too blind to see.
way down there with Congress, but we're way down there. And I despair. Seriously, I worry greatly, and I think there are other institutions that have been suffering. And you're right not to blame Donald Trump 100%, obviously, started many years before. But we're at a point where if the President of the United States is going to say legacy media is dead, well, I guess Musk said that. Legacy media is dead.
And he wants it dead. He wants other media.
But it is kind of sort of hobbling right now. And I don't know how it recovers. I'm very dark about it.
You're very dark about it.
I am.
I just, well, this is, we're talking about something so essential that you don't want to say, well, we'll see, or maybe the world will end, we'll see.
Well,
but if America lost freedom of the press, it would be, and freedom of speech, it would be the beginning of losing everything.
right. I totally agree.
It's crazy how they equate the truth coming out and platforms like X happening versus being censored on other platforms. That's the threat to free speech. They have really got a twisted way of thinking about things. Yeah, these ladies are worried sick about the future of media because they've been lying to everybody forever. And Trump, 8-9 years ago, coined the phrase fake news, and it's stuck because it's absolutely true. And people didn't hear it 100 times and believed it. They heard it a few times and started raising eyebrows and started paying attention and started fact-checking for themselves and realizing there's more than one source of information out there. And then it was over for them at that point because the truth starts oozing out while they keep spilling the lies. And people have now learned to see that most of the media is just a propaganda arm of the Democrat Party. And that's not conspiracy theory. That's just a fact, folks. I just thought I'd bring y'all that this morning just to show you what is really going on behind the scenes. Media is in full-blown panic because they're about to lose their entire financial empire with advertising and things like that because their ratings are going in the shitter. Not just because they lost, but because they're not going to get any more government funding. I don't see Trump throwing a bone to these media outlets that are trying to take him out. It's going to be glorious, folks. I can't wait. Now, this here is a great clip from Stephen Miller. He was on Laura Ingraham, or not Laura Ingraham. Let me see here. I forgot who this is on. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this here. I haven't actually watched this full clip yet. Let me scoop my screen over. Get us in here together. I think this is Laura Ingraham, Maria Bartiromo. I forget.
Yes, the president's been very clear about this.
Hannity.
What are his priorities when he comes into office on January 20th? 39 days, like all Americans, Sean. I can't wait. He's going to drill, baby, drill, bring down the cost of energy, and seal the border. He's going to make America safe again, fight violent crime, put dangerous criminals behind bars, get criminal gangs out of this country, get illegal alien predators out of this country. Yes. Restore peace in Europe, restore peace in the Middle East, and then he's going to work with Congress to pass historic tax cuts and get this economy booming again, and of course, deregulation to get government out of the way so we can have wage growth, job growth, salary growth, and boundless opportunity in this country. He's also been clear that Kash Patel is going to fundamentally reform the FBI. He's going to pursue accountability with the deep state, and he's going to make sure that we end the partisan weaponization of our justice system. These are goals, Sean, that all Americans support.
Now, on the other hand, retribution is one thing, but people that did commit crimes or abuse power, what do you do in that case?
He is going to make sure that Pam Bondi and Kash Patel have a free hand to follow the facts and evidence wherever they lead in ensuring accountability. If a government worker, if a federal employee has engaged in gross breaches of trust or law or criminality, of course, there should be consequences for that behavior.
Yes.
But that has to be based on the rule of law. And President Trump has made clear there will be accountability. There will be answers. There will be transparency. Facts will be uncovered and revealed to the whole American people.
Yes.
And he has absolute confidence in Pam, absolute confidence in Kash. By the way, knowing them both, they're incredible people, true, amazing patriots, to make sure that this process, these investigations into the deep state are carried out with the utmost integrity and, again, to use that word, accountability, Sean. And again, that's what all Americans want. They want a government that's accountable to the people.
That's right. There's no two ways about it. That's what we need, folks. And I'm glad to hear they're spouting about
Donald Trump only cares about himself.
I don't know what that is. We're going to go right on to the next clip here for you. This is Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick here in Texas. You don't hear a lot from him. I don't. Here being in Texas, not too much. But today he's speaking out about what we're fixing to do involving our border being sold. And not just being sold, but putting the fence up. And so many other things to try to secure our border. We're actually in process of fixing to make this a game-changing event. There will be no more pouring through our holes in our fences here in a couple of months. They will actually probably try to find another state to go through if they haven't already, because of the fact we're stopping it here in Texas. This door is on its way to being shut. And even if it means having to buy the fence back in order to be able to reuse it here, to finish all these holes that we still got in the fence. I think there's like 50 miles of fence that they want to put up that'll help with a huge closing of several sections of the wall. All right, here we go.
State governor and mayor who does this, you better buck up, Buttercup. I don't care you're male or female. We mean business in Texas, and Tom Homan means business, and President Trump means business. And I don't know if you heard the latest today, Laura, but Joe Biden is now hauling off the border wall that's been lying down for years, and he wants to auction it off starting at $5 a piece. Message to the White House right now: I will bid on all of that wall, and we will buy it in Texas, and we will give it to Donald Trump. So I'm going to find out first thing in the morning where we go to take the bid. I've got $1 billion in my pocket to do it. I write the budget with Senator Joan Huffman. We have the money. We're going to have about $6 billion in our budget for border security.
Dan, don't drive up the cost. Don't drive up the cost. The first bid is only $5 a piece of the wall. But
I will go in and buy it all.
Yeah,
I'm not going to drive.
What does that tell you? Yeah, well, what does this tell you about the Biden people?
It tells you
they're essentially greenlighting. They want more people coming in. Yeah.
They're despicable in what they're doing to the American people. And the American people obviously aren't going to tolerate it. That's why they were thrown out. But the idea, we've been trying to buy this wall from them for 4 years, and they wouldn't sell it to us. And you know what? I'm going to check in with our Department of Public Safety. Maybe we need to start pulling over these trucks to be sure they don't have too much weight on those trucks. Maybe these trucks need to be slowed down. We need to do everything we can in Texas to stop them. The taxpayers paid for this, and they want to stop President Trump in 38 or 39 days from rebuilding the wall. I want to, the legacy of Joe Biden. He lets off his son. He's letting off all these criminals. He's doing everything he can with these blue state governors and mayors to destroy this country. They are traitors to this country, leaving terrorists, leaving murderers, leaving rapists in this country. And now he wants to sabotage this president before he takes off. It is disgraceful and disgusting. He will go down as the worst, most despicable president in the history of this country because no one has done more to damage this country and hurt American citizens.
I would agree with you on that. Dan, as always, it's great to get your perspective, and thank you for doing what you've done in Texas.
Crazy stuff, folks. No doubt about it. I don't think he should have probably said this out loud. I think I would have went down there incognito or have somebody else do it. I think it would have been a better plan if he plans to buy all the fence to go down there and just act like you're another individual that wants to buy it all and make one bid on all of it, make it a secret bid or whatever it need to be, and buy it all up in for one price. Now, as far as disclosing who the buyer is, it shouldn't matter. But saying we're going to buy it from you, Texas wants to buy it, and it's actually federal property. It's just crazy how this has gone down. But hopefully we will get the Texas State Trooper and the DOT to get those trucks to get pulled over and do an official check on them. There's 9 kinds of checks they can do on those trucks to prevent them from getting down the road another minute, make sure all their logbooks are up, make sure their tires are good, make sure their brakes are good, make sure they're not hauling too heavy of a load. There's some violations on most trucks on the road today, just my opinion, unless they're brand new. If the DOT actually goes to the fine-tooth comb trouble of doing a full inspection. Send some state troopers down there. They'll be happy to do it. But that's what we got going on today. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have announced that. I probably would have just went down there and bought it all if it is actually up for sale. I'm glad they're trying to help, though. Yeah, this program's happening, folks. This is not just something that Trump wants. There is so many in our government now that are not just want it, but are going to make it happen. Closing of the border, deporting people, fixing our economy. We're going to get back on track. I see it. Think about this, folks. In 2016, Trump would have sent a single tweet attacking a rhino and his supporters would swarm them. I remember this. Trump would put out a tweet before he had the Truth Social, and then everybody would go after that rhino, talk shit about him, expose him, blow him up on the internet. I remember this so well. Well, now, Trump doesn't need to post about rhinos anymore. We know who they are. And, for example, he didn't say anything at all about Joni Ernst. She's the one that tried to knock Pete Hegseth out of the running for his position Trump's trying to appoint him into. And she got immediately exposed on Twitter, on X, whichever you call it. Got her ass handed to her with all the facts of how she's voted all this time, of all the things she's supported. People went to digging and went down the rabbit hole of exposing exactly who she is and what she stands for. So that is a good case in point fact right now, that if the media is now in such a situation that if you lie about anything, if you got a crappy track record, if you go against the grain of the MAGA movement, we're going to put an eye on you. We're going to figure out who you are, what you've done, who you've helped, who you've hurt. And we're going to expose you at the least. And then we're going to mobilize to primary you. That's the way things work now, with or without Trump's post. And that just shows that we are the media now, and we are the pressure. MAGA has evolved into a self-sustaining movement that organically targets the backstabbers. And I see it on Truth Social and on X more than any other place, and it's glorious to see. It means we're taking our country back in even one of the just the smallest ways, involving our free speech and our opportunity to call out the lies, call out the crooks, call out and primary these people that are bad for our country, bad for America First policies. All right, folks, I got a couple short clips here for you. This was a short I made earlier today. I stole it from Liberal Hive Mind, but I thought this was actually pretty glorious. This is 2018, 2019, and then just about a week ago. Adam Schiff.
Office, the Justice Department may indict him. Very strongly in favor of indicting the president when he is out of office. I don't think the incoming president should be threatening his political opponents with jail time. That's not the kind of talk we should hear from a leaves office.
Well, you see how that works? Let's get Trump. Trump needs to go to jail. Oh, well, we shouldn't talk about jail involving other people in politics. What's good for the goose, Adam Schiff, is good for the gander, is what my wife said about that. Now, here we go, folks. This is the last clip of the day, something a little comical for you. Let me fix my screen real quick. Pull this down. This is actually hilarious. Schiff hits the fan. Here we go. Trump runner. I found that over on Dan Scavino's channel. Just great stuff, folks. I love it. I love it. I figured I'd bring y'all something a little more comical than, well, it's pretty comical to watch Leslie Stahl have to cry in her own tears worrying about the future of media because Trump exposed fake news for what it really is. And to watch Adam Schiff sit here and dog Trump, and now going, we shouldn't be dogging each other. I love it, folks. Like, subscribe, and share to Voted Patriots. Hopefully everybody's having a great weekend. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Over and out.